going to make the job for the officials a little bit tougher here today, Graham. They're going to have to be on that. Again, first 10 seconds will be counted off. All right, Grace Schmidt in there with Eve Cox and Anaya Tua. We just saw her number 21 for California Baptist as we look at the starting lineup. She played here at CSUN. Nhug Bosch, Duran, Claudia Fiel, Tua, Emma Johnson, and Grace Schmidt. And we'll get you a little more for a player to watch for California Baptist in just a minute here. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, and nothing but net for Emma Johansson.
Great shot from Johansson. As you alluded to, Jill, Anaya Tua returning to Redwood Hall today. Former Matador's been killing it down at Riverside. Last game, she played all but 2 minutes, scored 20 points, gave away 8 assists. She'll certainly be looking to get back at her squad as Angie Ned is trying to get back at the Lancers.
And Angie Ned knows her so well from being on that coaching staff last year. Edwards for 3, got it. And last game, CSUN missed their first 9 3-pointers in the first half, and today they're making a statement. The threes are falling early.
Great start, great ball movement, catch and shoot.
California Baptist in the gray, navy blue, and white trim as we've got a offensive foul. Traveling call.
Yeah, Morgan Edwards and Eve Cox going to come together, bring the double team, and just force a little bit of pressure down low, make that Lancer think a bit too hard about it and take a few too many steps.
Kilty, nice pass inside to Cox, who converts.
Jill, this kind of feels like a football game where you have the first few plays scripted already. It feels like the Matadors know exactly what they want to do, coming down and executing that half-court offense. It's great to see to start the game.
Tua was such an instrumental guard here for CSUN when she was here. 3-pointer, no, and you can tell she is just an ultimate leader, and that's what Angie Ned said about her. She said every team needs an Anaya Tua. Adams in the fluorescent green shoes today. Eve Cox puts one up, no, and 2-0 with the rebound. Last game, CSUN had 21 turnovers. They want to look to correct that and take care of the ball. Fiel, and that'll be CSUN ball. And Graham, your thoughts on this shot clock and how that might affect these players when they can't look up for those first 10 seconds?
It's definitely tricky to start out. When you look up, you need to see how much time, and the shot clock isn't moving. It'll certainly be confusing to start. Just happy for the Matadors that they weren't punished. You know, the Lancers missed that technical shot. It's nothing their fault that they had to give away a technical to start the game.
And kudos to everybody trying to work on that. They just weren't able to get it done. Offensive foul, and that's going to be on Cox, the freshman.
I've really liked the aggressiveness that Cox is showing just in these first few minutes. She's been targeted almost every time down the court on offense, and she's going for it. She's putting up shots and trying to make moves in the post.
She's made a lot of progress in every game. That's one thing that Coach Ned said. She works hard and continues to make progress, and that's what she wants from her team. We look at the records. CSUN 2-6 overall. They've lost 6 straight, and California Baptist also 1-9. They just won on the road at St. Mary's for their first win, and California Baptist is always right there, but struggling this year, which is unusual for them. California Baptist WAC champions last year. You look at their website and you see that Jared Olson and Angie Ned there, the associate head coach, and what a great conference championship that was for them. They also won a conference championship in the COVID year. Here comes the CSUN fast break. Tumlin from the right wing, yes.
Jill, a great thing about three-point shooters is they know how to pass it for their teammate who would like to line up for three. We mentioned Kilty's a great three-point shooter. That time she's able to find Tumlin behind the line and put it right in the bread basket, right where she can shoot it immediately.
Tumlin, the second leading scorer on the team at 7.5 points. A lot of people 7+ averaging. And Erica Espejo, who a guard on this team from Spain, is still out with an injury, but they're hoping she should be back soon. From the corner, and that goes for Bosch Duran, the transfer from Wichita State.
Corner pocket for Bosch Duran, and a great skip pass there by Anaya Tua. Goes over her teammate, makes a little bit longer pass, a little dangerous pass, but hits her teammate right in the hands.
You can see how she's the straw that stirs their drink. Is Tumlin again? No, not that time. And both teams have been pushing the ball. Tua from the corner, right in front of the CSUN bench, and it goes down. And it is 9-8 Lancers, and we will have a timeout on CSUN's part, and we'll take a timeout as well.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go, make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Introducing CU1 High Yield Checking, the account that rewards you for everyday banking. Earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No minimum or opening balance required. Get started at cu1.com/high yield checking.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait!
The most powerful word in the English language is and. It links, it combines, it builds, it creates. There's no limit to what and can do. And nothing is mightier than a dream and a plan. That's what we do. Banking, lending, guidance, value. Because at Premier America Credit Union, we know that your potential is just a dream waiting to happen. Every person and every path, we see you.
We're back at the Premier America Credit Union Arena as we look at the Matadors bench, and the Matadors have made 3 of their first 5 shots.
Yeah, and Jill, when you look at the shots they missed, one of them was a Tumlin step back 3 that was open. One of them was a shot from Cox down low that she just couldn't get to go, but all of the field goals they've attempted today, including that last miss right there, have all been good looks.
You're right, they are getting good looks, running that offense, getting in their rhythm as we have a turnover here. And one of the things, and Angie Ned was talking about, is they just weren't able to get into the rhythm and run their offense against Cal Poly on Saturday in that home game here. And so she was, saying, we've got to take care of the ball and get into our offense. And it looks like they've done that so far here in the early going as they lead by 1. Kilty for 3, yes.
So fun to watch Kilty shoot the ball. Player coming in to close down right in her face, and it did not affect her for a second.
And it is just raining threes from everywhere as California Baptist is making them as well. That was Sydney White from Centennial, Colorado. Her first points of the game, and it's a 12-11 California Baptist lead. Tumlin for 3 off the back of the iron. And the quick transition, Grace Schmidt with the layup. And Grace Schmidt is such an important part of that offense.
Schmidt took a little bit longer putting that layup up. She kind of hesitated in her final step to the hoop, and it messed up Erica Adams' contest.
Edwards, there's another one. We're trading threes now as we are at a tie game 14-all, and Edwards had 11 points last game. She's been playing well. She had a career high 14 the game before that. And number 14 with a three as Emma Johansson, who's averaging 8.6, gets one.
Both of these teams doing a great job at swinging the ball around and knocking down their open threes.
And blocked is Erica Adams by Johansson. 3:43 left in the first quarter. Again, California Baptist just won their first game after starting the season with losing 9 straight. And CSUN has lost 6 straight, and they want to get back in the win column and get that winning feeling and those good vibes again, Graham.
No better place to do it than at home in Northridge, and you know this one will mean a little extra for Coach Ned. No better day than today.
It's finals week, so this is a nice reprieve as we have 5 seconds on the shot clock for the students. Finals end tomorrow. Ball fritters out of bounds. Fritters away, and it's a California Baptist. We look at Anaya Tua. You mentioned her 20 points last game. And Tua, just such a good player. Angie Ned says she's the ideal player that you want on any team, as we have a foul on that end, and averaging 10.2 points, 4.3 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 1.2 steals. You get the picture. She's just involved in everything and plays well in all facets of the game.
She seems to touch the ball every time going down the court for the Lancers. If she doesn't have an assist or she doesn't score, it's probably a hockey assist, or she got the offense in the right form to get a bucket.
Her sister plays soccer, her twin sister, at UC Riverside. So keeping it all in the Big West in Southern California. Hometown kids from Anaheim, but I love that they played home. Their family, very close-knit family, and family and friends and relatives can come to the games. Grace Schmidt will go to the free throw line after Eve Cox picks up her second foul. And coming into the game is Alondra Lazama and Carson Marshall. And Lazama had a career high 7 points against Poly, and she walked onto this team last year, and she's really making her presence felt here as part of this team.
Awesome to see a player, especially one starting as a walk-on, to just bet on themselves. So easy to go to different schools, go different places, get a change of scenery, but staying right where you are and working for your spot is so cool to see. Really, really cool story for Lazama.
Absolutely. From North Hollywood, won a CIF championship with Bishop Alamany. Kilty for 3. And that's going to be California Baptist ball. Coming into the game is Kayla Hobson and Erica Adams, the senior transfer from Pacific, who was one of 2 holdovers from last year, Lazama being the other one, and she makes her mark on this team. Tua inside to Schmidt. Schmidt backing down Lazama, back out, and that's another 3 for Bosch Duran, and it is now a 22-14 Lancers lead, and that 8-point lead seemed to happen quickly here, and CSUN's got 2:17 left in the first quarter to get some points back on the board.
Lazama, really nice take there. Got the ball in the post, didn't see anyone open, decided to back down and get a bucket.
I'm sure a lot of confidence, as has Tua, but plenty of confidence from her last game in building on that offensive performance.
For the Lancers getting that first win of the year, they're definitely looking to keep that momentum going.
Tumlin just goes right down Broadway and gets it to go.
Went to the basket with the left hand, finished with the right.
Gotta love that. Another corner 3, yes it is, for Bosch Duran. And Bosch Duran just been making them go. She's now 3 for 3 from three-point range, I believe. She is. Seven-point lead for California Baptist. Lizama for 3.
She is feeling it. You can tell the confidence for her is there. She's just nodding her head, walking back down the court. Really low angle on that three-point shot, directly from her hand to a swish.
And 5 points for Lizama. She needs just 2 to tie that career high. Schmidt, and 1. And Schmidt is just so tough inside. And one of the things Angie Ned said is you got to be physical with her. You got to start early.
It's a great awareness by Schmidt and the Lancers. They've been knocking threes down, especially from that corner. So what does she do when she catches the ball in the corner? She pump fakes and gets to the hoop, uses her size, and the Lancers right now are having it whatever way they want. They're knocking down threes, but also their front court has been really, really strong.
One of the things Angie Ned said is we can't let her get going early. She said if you let her get those easy buckets and those 2-footers, she said she gets that confidence going, and then she really gets going. DeLynn for 3, no, and Laney just in the game. Another hot shooter for the Matadors. 20 seconds left. They've turned off the shot clock. 14 left in the first quarter. California Baptist playing for the last shot here. Layup, no. Marshall with the rebound. 5 seconds left. They can get a shot off here. Kelly Tumlin can see it. The long 3, no. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The California Baptist Lancers take the 7-point lead at 28-21. We'll be back to Premier. Jill Pena-Lopez and Graham Metzger joining you here for the second quarter with California Baptist leading by 7. And the shots from downtown are falling today, Graham.
Jill, you know it's raining threes when the official comes over to us in the break between quarters and says, how many threes were made? Well, ref, it was 12 between both teams. Few players without a miss from beyond the arc. Morgan Edwards, 2 for 2, and Nhug Bosch Duran, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, respectively. And there goes another.
Edwards with another 3. So we've got 13 in the game. CSUN is now 6 for 12, so shooting 50% from 3 as CSUN puts on the press. And it's funny because Jared Olson and Angie Ned, they know everything the other one does.
Yep.
They worked together for the last 10 years, so what a game of cat and mouse. 8 on the shot clock. Schmidt trying to get away from the double team. And that ball is going to remain here, but just 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Jill, that was a great job with the double team. When you can get the Lancers in the corner like that, that's great for the Matadors. What they need to improve on with traps, with full court press, is once the ball gets out, can you move and pick up the open player?
And they get a shot up, but that's a shot clock violation, so that'll go down as a turnover, and that's the first one of the game for California Baptist.
Great job, and it goes back to sucking up some of the shot clock with that successful trap. Erica Adams coming over. You saw Morgan Edwards really kind of playing free safety in that first quarter, just running wherever the ball was, and the Matadors got caught out a few times for it. Much better to start the second quarter.
Hobson sneaks around her defender up to Tumlin, and that's going to be a step too early. And that'll be the 6th turnover of the game for the Matadors. They had 21 last game and trying to cut those down.
All of Tumlin's 4 field goal attempts today have been from beyond the arc. That time she could see kind of the wheels turning. She thought this time maybe I'll pump fake and go to the hoop, but just didn't quite get that motion down.
Another turnover, and here come the Matadors. Hobson running the transition over to Tumlin. Adams trying to find Tumlin in her favorite spot, and Nina Orji just in the game off the side of the backboard. And Orji, the transfer from Old Dominion, and Hawaii still fighting her legs, having come back from an injury, and she's getting more minutes with each game. This is her 3rd game back. Three-pointer, no. Adams rebound, looking up to see if she's got a teammate ahead. She's got Hobson on the side. Hobson will drive the lane. Jump ball as Tua comes in to tie it up.
Lancers got 2 defenders right here in the middle of the paint, not letting Hobson get through, tie her up.
And
Next time we'd like to see the little drive and kick and keep that ball flowing.
I love when teams defend that. That's your house, that area right there, and they say, you're going to beat us, it's not going to be through the lane. Tua trying to find her mark in the lane, and she kicks it back out. And Kilty with the board.
Great defense that time by Tumlin. Chose to go under the screen, but made sure Tua didn't have too much breathing room. She's aware of how good of a shooter she is, so good job to, yes, go under the screen, but not give enough space for an open shot.
And that foul is going to be on Claudia Fiel, the sophomore from Spain. 5 international players on this California Baptist team. Couple from Spain, and again, Erica Espajo from CSUN from Spain. They're hoping to get her back on Saturday when they get back to Big West action. And that's going to be another CSUN turnover. That'll be number 7. But one of the things, Graham, I wanted to talk to you about both teams is both teams, in terms of giving up points, California Baptist allowing 77.7 a game and CSUN 76.4.
Definitely would love, both teams would love to clean that up, have a little better ball security, but the most important thing is not giving up points, not letting those free possessions turn into free points.
And another travel call.
So far today, Jill, 0 points off turnovers for California Baptist and 5 points off turnovers for CSUN. So even though they're turning over the ball, they're not letting the Lancers take advantage of it. And on the other hand, when they do force a turnover, when they get a steal, they're able to turn it into points.
That's one of the things Angie Ned and this team are working on. New coach and all new team as Lozama loses control of the ball. And here comes Tua and the Lancers being guarded by Adams. Adams tries to block from behind, and Kilty comes up with the rebound. Tumlin right down the lane, and that is blocked by Johansson. She had 4 blocks last game against St. Mary's in her big game, and there's another.
Second time Johansson has had to defend her house, going up with that left hand, not letting it through.
Johansson, the junior from Sweden, 6'3". She is quite a presence. And here come the Lancers again. And 10 on 10, and Lozama will be whistled for that foul. It's her second. And Angie Ned talking things over with the official, Kim Hobbs, and officials tonight are Darren Krzyznik, Kim Hobbs, and Marissa Cannon. Again, if you're just joining us, they got a lot to do here with that shot clock not reading anything over 20, so they're manually counting down off a phone those first 10 seconds. And as we mentioned, Graham, that's certainly can throw you off, especially if you're a shooter and you're running that offense. It's a good thing it's not from 10 to 1.
Absolutely.
Tua guarding Tumlin. Edwards to Tumlin for 3. Nope. 5:59 left in the second quarter. Non-conference action as we have another turnover. More turnovers here in the early going in the second quarter than we had in the first quarter. Sometimes that happens. California Baptist just stopped that opening season 9-game losing skid, and we have to mention that they played a host of good teams in their schedule as well. And so you don't look at all of those as losses, you look at them as growing opportunities, and that was another opportunity for Kilty to cash in, and she does. She's now got 8.
I've said it before, Jill, but just such a pure shot on Kilty when she's shooting it. She doesn't care who's around her. She knows it's going in the net.
And Johansson battling for the rebound, and Morgan Edwards grabbed her eye. Looks like she got poked in the eye a bit. And if you've played basketball, you've been poked in the eye.
Poked in the eye, got your finger jammed, trying to get a rebound. It's the basketball injuries, and it's the ones where you just got to keep on fighting through it, no matter how painful.
California Baptist leads by 3. They led by as many as 8. Tua, the mid-range J.
Great IQ play from Tua there. She knows she has the switch, and she knows Orji would like to go back down and guard the bigger player, so she takes advantage of that space and pulls the midi.
And we've got an offensive foul with the push. And that was Grace Schmidt with her first foul of the game. And we will take our first break of the second quarter with 4:53 left. California Baptist leading by 5.
This is called momentum. And there's no off-season. It's work that builds on itself. Over and over and over again. No perfect scenario, no perfect conditions, just a continuous journey of improvement. Through training, through competing, through recovery. Because the only way is through.
The word malama translates to taking care. We malama the land that feeds us. All of that energy that's being put in the ground gets transferred into food. It allows us as a people to thrive as well.
Learn how you can malama Hawaii at gohawaii.com/malama.
Locally farmed produce, grass-fed steak, all-natural chicken breast, and wild-caught fish. Since 1992, Sharky's is quick, casual food you'll feel good about eating. With great-tasting Mexican favorites, hearty salads, and power plates with freshly prepared sides. No wonder Sharky's was voted Best Mexican Restaurant 10 years in a row. Check out the Sharky's locations in Chatsworth on Devonshire and in Northridge on Norda. Or go to sharkys.com and order online at a location near you.
Again, I'm ready to go. Strong again, I'm ready to go. You can't stop me, I'm ready to go. Strong again.
We're back at the Premier America Credit Union Arena, and now the shot clock on one end of the floor is not working at all. We told you about the problems earlier in the game as both teams will head to their benches as they see if they can get this fixed. But Graham, certainly not a good sign because we know they're already having problems.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, everyone's working hard behind the scenes to make sure they can get it back up and get the hoops going, and we've had such a fun game going end to end, both teams knocking down a lot of shots. It's been a really fun first quarter and a half here, and we'll hope that everyone working behind the scenes will be able to get it up going as quickly as they can.
And you want to talk about pressure. This is pressure.
Yep.
When you know our telecast here on ESPN Plus is awaiting, the players are awaiting, and they want to stay loose, and they're able to do that and run around and stretch if they want, but you have no idea when this thing is going to come on, and again, it's unfortunate because, as we mentioned, there was already a problem, so you know, oh, there they go. They've got it appears the numbers back on the shot clock with the time on one, and it looks like we're going to get back to play here, so that was a lot faster than anticipated.
Now, Jill, let me ask you this. Does Coach Ned, do you change the play that you were about to call from this side out right here under the basket, or keep it the same?
Oh, you change it, absolutely, because
okay.
now Jared Olson has already gotten a look at what you were going to do, and you know both teams have talked, so now you're going to change it up, I think. Like I said, Jared Olson, of course, in his 13th season as California Baptist's coach, and Angie Ned was just there. They won a WAC championship together. She was there with him for 10 years. Such cat and mouse, and they know each other so well.
The chess games never end, and it's one of the most fun things in sports where friends turn to foes.
Just for this,
just for a few hours, yeah.
Hobson, and Johansson is going to get the rebound there, and Adams was trying to fight in there as well, but she had the last hand on it. CSUN showing press. Angie Ned said Coach Olson is such a student of the game, and he loves the game so much. As we've got a jump ball, and that's going to be possession arrow California Baptist. Let's check that, CSUN.
That's fantastic team defense by the Matadors there. First by Kayla Hobson, bringing the double team and forcing that jump ball, but also by Morgan Edwards, just running around. She brought the double and then immediately bolted to the three-point line where there was an open Lancer. There was nowhere to go with the ball.
And the men's basketball coach Andy Newman here checking out the women's game. A rare time when they have a day off today. And Ghazal Hassan, who is the play-by-play for the CSUN men, also here checking out the women's game. So love to have the support from the men's team too.
Everybody plays in the same Premier America Credit Union arena, so nice to see the bond between the two squads.
Oh, a tough movement inside there for Schmidt, but she traveled, and that'll turn it over. A nice D in there by the Matadors.
Nena Origi impacting that play, and she went and talked with Coach Ned after that, just breaking down what we're doing right. Yes, we like the outcome. Can we do something a little bit better for next time? I love the constant communication.
Kilty trying to communicate with that shot, doesn't go. 3:19 left in the second quarter. California Baptist leading 32-27. Angie Ned, the associate head coach for Jared Olson. They're now on opposite benches. Orgy, nice hands inside the lane. Here she comes running the break, and just behind Erica Adams. And that's a case sometimes where you just kind of slow. I get it. You want to take advantage of numbers and hit it on the fast break, but perhaps a little slowing it down just a bit more so you make sure you secure the ball and get into your half-court set if you can't get the fast break shot to go.
Jill, I think that's something that this whole Matador squad can really work on when you get the ball, whether it's a defensive rebound or you force a turnover. What speed are you going to go at? Are you going to push the issue? Are you going to go for a fast break? Are you going to slow it up and set up a half-court offense? I think CSUN, everyone being on the same page with each other with what you want to do once you get the ball is a key spot for this squad.
Orgy, who was with Hawaii when they won back-to-back Big West Conference titles, and she did a lot of that.
Nena Orgy just following her momentum. She gets nudged, and so she's able to fall onto the left side, put it up and in.
Nice hands in there by Erica Adams. She flings it back in, and that's Matador ball, and here comes Kilty. Didn't have numbers, so she correctly gives it back to Tumlin. Around the world, the Tumlin not able to get it to go. And here comes Anaya Tua. She'll slow it down. Not from behind the arc, though. She says, I got that. A nice job by Tua, her 8th point of the game.
Tua always showing off the smarts right there. She saw Tumlin didn't know who to guard, and so she took advantage of that open space and knocked down the three. Even with that open space, it's not an easy shot.
And Fiel tying up the ball there with Tumlin. Lancers lead 35-29.
Also kind of goes, you know, that same thing we're talking about, what tempo you want to play with. It goes the same on defense. We've seen CSUN a few times today. They like to bring that double team wherever the ball is, but you can't set that up when everyone's not down the court, you know, after turning over the ball, after missing a shot.
2-0 with the layup. She's now got 10. First player in double digits. Erica Adams from the corner, no, and Lozama almost had that rebound, and Johansson comes up with it.
Just the second shot we've seen Erica Adams attempt today. Usually she's got her fingerprints all over this Matadors offense.
And even when she's not shooting, she's setting up her teammates, playing great defense, but you're right, she's usually got more looks at the bucket. Edwards with the rebound. Looking ahead on the fast break. Again, not numbers. And you got to credit California Baptist in the way they're always back on defense. 37-29 California Baptist. Under a minute left in the second quarter. 12 or 10 on the shot clock. Edwards sees it. She drives the lane, tries to put it up, and she's fouled.
Jill, we've played 19 and a half minutes here, and this is going to be the first time to the charity stripe for the Matadors. That's why I really, really like this drive from Edwards. Get in the mix of everything, get past some defenders, make them foul you, and let you catch a breath and earn some free points from the free throw line.
And Edwards not able to capitalize on that one, but you're right, that's such an important part of the offense as we see Morgan Edwards here, the junior, played her high school ball at Redondo Union. And they get one there, but that's part of that offense is you got to also balance out those threes with driving the lane and keeping teams honest. Tua picked up her first foul on that one, and Tua's got the ball. And we've got a whistle here, and was that a 3-second call? No? In any event, our final 12 seconds here of the quarter with California Baptist leading. Can they add to it? They do via the layup from Claudia Fiel. And Tumlin got a three off. It was close, but no go on that one. So California Baptist will head to. He's not doing any cooking though.
not on the kitchen.
Cooking on the court.
With the headset on, that's what we do, Jill.
As Erica Adams, number 20, wears that, as both of her parents wore that number when they played, so I love her ode to her parents. A lot of these players have listed their family members as heroes, and that's pretty cool too, because they are so instrumental in their careers. Kilty, she was fouled before the shot.
Jill, felt like the Matadors to start the first quarter, they had their first few plays down. This feels like the same thing. Definitely Coach Ned will be emphasizing that CSUN needs to get to the free throw line more. You start that by picking up some fouls early in the third.
17 on the shot clock. Adams drives the lane, kicks it out to Hobson. Back to Kilty. Hobson, bounce pass into Edwards as she's on the move around the lane, and she gets blocked by Fiel, and here come the Lancers. Tua trying to make her way around Kilty. She goes to a streaking Schmidt down the lane. A back outside in the corner three, no. Adams board.
Matadors catch a break there. You should never see three defenders on one player.
That means somebody is open, and by somebody we mean two somebodies. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Lancers lead still at 9. Matadors want to work to cut that. And Hobson taking it to the basket, and she's going to get herself to the free throw line.
Great job by Hobson. This is really a broken play. They were looking to get Kilty open behind the arc. She couldn't quite get off the screen, right? So she calls for a screen from Eve Cox down low, and instead of going back to her on the pick and roll, she takes it, goes up with the left hand, and as we're saying, already 2 fouls on California Baptist in just over a minute of play in the second half, and Matadors emphasizing getting to the free throw line.
You mentioned that as one of your keys, and they only got to the free throw line 2 times by way of Morgan Edwards in that first half already. Hobson at the free throw line and converting both those points. So the Matadors have cut it to 7. And California Baptist, at least on that trip down the court, can't extend the lead. .8:26 left in the second quarter. CSUN and Angie Ned trying to beat Angie Ned's old team. Doing it for the coach. Kilty, what a pass inside down to Eve Cox. Five seconds left on the shot clock. Adams trying to find a teammate open. She's got Cox with 3, and nice play.
Coach Ned was barking that play for the out-of-bounds pass. It was a double screen to free up a guard, but instead of doing that, it's actually really a decoy, a distraction. It leaves a little bit more room for Eve Cox to get to work in the post down low.
And Tua getting to work for California Baptist. Into Schmidt. Oh, they're bread and butter.
You can only switch so many times, Jill. You're going to end up with a bad matchup. Great job of the Lancers swinging until they're comfortable to get and expose that bad matchup.
Kilty from long range.
I've been so complimentary of her shooting form. It starts with the footwork, though, Jill. The way that she catches that in almost in the middle of a step, and then she able to switch it up, go 1-2, walk right into a beautiful deep three-pointer.
She's got 9 points, and California Baptist moves that lead back to 6. Adams getting around her defender to the open Cox. And that's going to be Jared Olson calling a timeout as the Matadors pulled within 4, and will call a timeout as well. We will not call a timeout. We'll keep it here, Graham, and Olson talking over things with his Lancers. They had a 9-point lead. That's been cut to 4, and your thoughts on how they got here?
Jill, I love the energy from the Matadors bench because they've made 8 3-pointers today. You would think that might be the time where they get most excited, but really the most energy we saw today is off a nicely executed pick and roll from the Matadors. And you saw Nena Orji going with the goggles. She put the goggles up to her eyes, showing off that court vision that the Matadors just showed. Erica Adams getting her 4th assist on that play, and their offense has looked so good coming out of the half. It's kind of like we were expecting. This is more like that first quarter where both of the offenses are really, really clicking, but the Matadors got a few stops, and while the Lancers are making 2s, we've seen a few 3s mixed in for the Matadors. They're starting to chip away at this lead, and it's been an electric offensive display to start this third quarter.
And one of the great things about CSUN is they haven't let this one get away. They're within striking distance. Love the adjustments that Angie Ned made at halftime, and they are certainly paying dividends already here in the third quarter. CSUN is shooting 75% from the field. They made 3 of 4 shots. You talk about what they've done offensively, and California Baptist 2 of 4 as well. Leading the way for CSUN is Morgan Edwards with 10 points, and leading the way for California Baptist, 11 points from Nhug Bosch Duran and 10 from Tua. CSUN with the full court press. Tua trying to dribble around Edwards. Here comes Hobson to try and trap. They get the ball back out, and now they'll be able to run that half-court offense. Nice wait for California Baptist to break that press. Inside to Schmidt. Cox defending in there, making it hard for Schmidt. A nice job by Cox.
Lancers played right into the Matadors' traps a couple times in that possession. Great job to get a stop.
Adams. Oh, nice turnaround jumper, but it doesn't fall, and rebound goes to Fiel. Tua kicks it back out to Bosch Duran, and Bosch Duran has another three. That is her 5th three of the game. Check that 4th.
Such a soft touch for Bosch Duran, and just kisses the front side of the rim and rolls in smoothly. Great shooting touch for Bosch Duran.
Cox tried to put it up. It came right back to her, and here come the Lancers. They stole it. And that's going to be last touch by CSUN.
That block hit our camera guy down low, Jill. I think he's all right. He's got a smile on his face and was able to get this shot as the ball. Look at this. Oh, right into the camera person. Still got the shot. We love the energy from our courtside crew.
And the folks behind the scenes are making it go. And Schmidt fouled from behind. Those are also my favorite camera shots, by the way, whether it's football or basketball, and the cameraman or woman's able to hold on to that camera, and you got the player coming right at you.
Jill, that was a mean block from Eve Cox right there. Loaded that one up, pulled it back, and just bang right into the ball out of bounds.
Nine on the shot clock. Tua sees it.
Looked like an offensive foul down low. I think they called that one against Grace Schmidt.
You're right, and that's her 2nd.
Couldn't see through all the bodies what exactly went down there. I gotta imagine it was a loose screen down low.
Tumlin almost dragged her foot there. Got it off to Kelty. Kelty trying to get it over Schmidt. She can't, but Eve Cox saves it, and now that's going to be out of bounds on CSUN. And that'll be California Baptist ball. 5:02 left. California Baptist up by 7. The press is on.
Matadors got stuck playing a little volleyball down there. Eve Cox kind of caught the ball, but didn't realize how much space she had. She tried to swing it, but she could have held onto it for another second.
Johansson brings down that pass, and she's fouled, and will get to the line. California Baptist players up cheering that one.
If you're gonna come over late like Cox did, at least put enough contact on so that she won't make the shot through it. And after that, Jill, we saw a little bit of words. Grace Schmidt and Jana Kilty were kind of talking a little bit. Both were trying to just put their hands on the ball before it could get to the ref, and tensions definitely building here in this one.
This is building to be a great ending, so stay with us. We will be right back.
We're floating in space now, 1 million miles away, on top of the world now.
When I was younger, my calling was to play football. But as I grew older, I grew wiser. I realized life isn't about how many people you can knock down. It's about how many people you can lift up. At Ram, our calling is to build game-changing trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Okay, I'm gonna help you clean, all right?
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serious about flavor.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 Whopper Juniors for just $5.
Hey, college basketball fans.
Andrea Carter here.
Jay Billis here.
To remind you that your favorite teams and conferences
Are on ESPN Plus.
If you love college basketball like me and the Billustrator,
Then it's time to get in the game and sign up to ESPN Plus.
you get a stellar slate of in-conference games
Including the Big 12, Atlantic 10, and many more.
that will feel like March.
We got to go to work.
Sign up now and catch your favorite teams.
It's the strong move of the game. Here's our Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength and visit HerculesTires.com. And we'll do the strong move of the game later as the free throws put California Baptist's lead to 48-39. .433 left in the third quarter. And we've got a foul here, and that is the third foul on Bosch Duran, and she's been such a big part of this offense as Erica Adams goes to the line. Adams makes the first free throw, and Bosch Duran goes to the bench. And like we said, Bosch Duran, such a huge part of this offense. 14 points, leads all scorers in the game. And so how does that affect the Lancers?
That's been Tua's favorite target. When she gets past the first defender, she likes to dish it real quick, so she'll have to find another point person. But Erica Adams, she hit the deck there, and her teammates picked her right up. She had a big smile on. You know, when Adams hit the deck hurts, not her.
I'll agree with that. When you're wearing those fluorescent shoes, nothing can hurt you. Nice give and go there, but they're not able to convert. Schmidt saves it, and Cox recovers it. And here come the Matadors. 3 on 4, no numbers, so CSUN will hold it back. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. CSUN trailing by 7, a chance to cut it again. Nice pass from Edwards down to Cox, and that'll stay here. California will make a change. Nia Anderson comes in. Sydney White will head to the bench. We'll check that. Claudia Fiel heading to the bench for a break. Kilty. And boy, it looked like a jump ball there. And now that one looks like it's going to be
Unlucky, yeah. I think
unlucky, yes.
It got rejected, and it was going to go out. It's going to be Matador's ball, but on the floor under the basket was Kelly Tumlin, and it just landed in her arms, and so the referee had to correct the call and correctly call it a Lancer toss in. Just unfortunate for the Matadors there.
Down by 7, trying to chip away at this lead. California Baptist trying to do this with Bosch Duran on the bench with 3 fouls. Johansson spin move over to White to 2 up for 3. Oh, just as the shot clock expires. Such a heads up play by the senior.
She's been lights out when she does shoot the ball. She would rather pass to her teammates first, but when the shot clock's going down like it was there.
Nice pass from Edwards to Cox, and the Lancers lead is still at 7, 51-43, and Tua knows this gym so well from having played here at CSUN as well.
Morgan Edwards putting together a really nice game, 10 points and 2 assists.
She's really been hitting her stride. Tua said, "I'll do it again," and she does. And now it's the largest lead of the game for California Baptist at 11 points with 2:26 left here in the third quarter. She's got the last 6 points.
Just got to close her down a little better.
Adams for 3, no, and here comes Tua and the Lancers, and we talked about what's going to happen with Bosch Duran on the bench, and California Baptist says, you know, we've got other shooters. Here we go. And Schmidt draws the foul.
Eve Cox just late getting over there. I think it's that outside arm that they call the foul on. With her right hand, she was able to get the ball cleanly, but she was holding on to Schmidt's back there, and I think that's where the foul came. And in fact, there was a whistle that came from the far referee right next to us, Jill, and she had the best view at that angle.
The pass interference, holding
Absolutely.
on to that arm. And so Eve Cox, the freshman, will head to the bench with 3 fouls. Grace Schmidt extends the lead again, and now here's where CSUN has to be careful because now they're down by 13, less than 2 minutes in the third quarter, and they don't want this thing to get out of hand. They've got to get this offense going. Tumlin into Orgy, back out to Kilty to Orgy. Orgy trying to find her spot, and the pass back up to Tumlin, no good, and that's a steal for Fiel. And give and go with the 2 and 1 there, and California Baptist now leads by 15, and Angie Ned has called a timeout. 1:31 left in the third quarter, and the Matadors trail by 15. And Graham, your thoughts? I mean, it just very interestingly, it's a 30-second timeout here as we're in the California Baptist huddle, but very interestingly, Bosch Duran goes out. She's been such a huge part of this offense, and then all of a sudden it was like the Lancers were like, okay, we gotta make up for her being out.
I think the Matadors were just really expecting Anaya Tua to keep passing the ball. She's got a game-high 7 assists, and while they're expecting the pass, they give her too much leeway, too much room, especially outside the arc. We saw those back-to-back threes for Anaya Tua that really sparked this big run, 10-2 run for the Lancers right now. She's 6 of those on just her scoring, not including her passing and her playmaking. And on top of those game-high 7 assists, she's also now at a game-high 16 points.
And she turns it on when it is most important, and that's the second half. Tua, again, the former CSUN Matador, very comfortable at the Premier America Credit Union Arena. But so is CSUN, and Kelly Tumlin and the Matadors trying to come back via the 3. And that one won't work, but we'll get back to it. 1:10 left in the third. Jared Olson and California Baptist trying to add to this 15-point lead, their largest of the game. And they're running down the clock here. 8 on the shot clock. Schmidt taking Orgy to the basket, no good. And that'll be CSUN ball. So with 46 seconds left in the third quarter, they got a chance to cut this to 12.
Jill, really smart move here by California Baptist head coach Jared Olson, giving a quick break to his star Anaya Tua. I would be really hard to imagine that she'll be out longer than just these last 46 seconds. A little bit more shot clock confusion down on this end, but the Matadors would do really well to take advantage of this really short amount of time that Tua's not on the floor. Get a bucket right here, get a stop on the other end, and try and close this gap and make it a reasonable comeback for this fourth quarter.
And Tua, they rarely take her out of the game. She's just so instrumental in every facet. Working on matching her 20 points from the win at St. Mary's. Adams into Orgy. Orgy trying to make a move, and she travels, and frustrating for Angie Ned and the Matadors as they're trying to make their comeback. because now California Baptist has a chance to add to their largest lead of the game. Thought they might put Tua back in. They keep her on the bench, saving her for the fourth quarter. 21 seconds left in the third. Fiel running the clock down. 8 on the shot clock. Fiel will take it herself, and she goes right through the lane for the layup, and the lead is 17. Oh, and Tumlin with the half-court shot. Did she get it up in time?
Oh, I think absolutely.
Line at a location near you.
We're back at the Premier America Credit Union Arena. We're back with the strong move of the game. It is our Hercules Tires strong move of the game.
Kelly Tumlin, nice little switch in hands in midair, left to the right. Clean bucket, she knocked down the three as well, and Jill, we know what she just did just before we took a break.
And
one of the longest threes I've seen here.
Could be the play of the game if CSUN ends up winning this game, get them off on that rhythm. They just made a play defensively there. Nice pass into Eve Cox. If she can get control of it, she does. Back to Edwards. 14 on the shot clock. And a shot like that, half-court shot that Kelly Tumlin made as she draws a foul, that is what could spur them, because that gets a team going.
Yeah, a shot like that deserves another, Jill. Another, just not sure, just kind of having to operate without the use of a play. The whole Matadors bench, Coach Angie Ned was barking to get that ball down low to Eve Cox, and when you do that, the defense gets an eye on what you're trying to do, so just executing quickly is key for this Matadors offense here in the fourth.
Edwards was trying to execute down the baseline, but lost control of it, and that was off her foot, I believe.
Yep.
And this will be California Baptist ball, and those white jerseys are flooding the backcourt for the press. And Jeanette over there smiling. And we've got a change in personnel for California Baptist. And like I said, there's the trap. Oh, and there's Edwards. She got her hand on it. Can't come up with it, but Kelly Tumlin does. Back over to Edwards, and that's the nice steal off that full court pressure. And now we've got another turnover, and oh boy, that's difficult as the Matadors did exactly what they wanted. Let's see if they can do it again. Tua into the trap, and Tumlin in with the hands, and that is going to be CSUN basketball.
Great, great energy from the Matadors. Back-to-back full court presses executed properly, and this is where we can see Matadors get an edge.
Consecutive steals, but Cox blocked by who else? Johansson, that's her third block of the game.
She's been dominant down low on defense. She's not letting anyone get through to her house.
She had 4 blocks last game at St. Mary's. That's incredible.
Wow.
So she's got 7 in the last 2 games, and we've still got most of the fourth quarter here to go. California Baptist leading by 14. Tua tried to make it 17, but that doesn't work. Eric Adams pulls down the board. Tumlin for 3, no. Offensive rebound to Edwards, and they'll set up the half-court offense here again. They're getting themselves the opportunities, and that layup is good by Adams.
Fantastic behind-the-back move by Adams, and when she gets that close, nobody's stopping her.
California Baptist for 3, yes, for Bosch Duran, and that's her 5th 3 of the game.
Matadors getting 2s, and the Lancers are making 3s. It really hurts to see when you're trying to mount a comeback like CSUN is, and California Baptist, give them credit. They have not turned off. They have not taken their foot off the gas pedal on offense.
Exactly right. Kilty fumbled the ball there, and That'll be a Matadors turnover, and they held those turnovers in check in the first half.
Yeah, she tried to get rid of that ball before that left foot came down, that third step came down, and that's been a spot where Matadors have turned the ball over a few times, just trying to go through a few defenders in the middle of the paint, and our camera guy getting some more action down low.
He doesn't seem to mind. And that's a second foul on Edwards. He knows if you're going to set up there, you're going to expect, it's like a courtside seat, you're going to have to expect players flying into you, hustling for those loose balls. As Eve Cox is tying her shoe while Bosch Duran is at the free throw line. And that one is off the mark, but she has not been off the mark all day, like we mentioned. She's got 5 3-pointers, and for the game, she's at 17 points. She and Anaya Tua just very effective in that offense today.
So many of the starters for the California Baptist Lancers haven't really left the court very much today. They've got players already getting into 28, 29 minutes played. They rely heavily on that starting 5, and not just to score, but to score late when the fatigue is really starting to build.
8 on the shot clock for CSUN. And we've got a foul on Cal Baptist, and that is on number 21, Anaya Tua. And you mentioned the starters playing a lot of minutes. Well, that bench is only 8 deep. They've got several injuries. Shawnee Nordstrom, Felipa Barros, Cece Legaspi, Chloe Lemon, and so they don't have their full complement of players, so having to play a lot of minutes. 64-48 is the lead for California Baptist. They're playing very well. They just got their first victory last game at St. Mary's. And this is going to be CSUN ball. First victory at St. Mary's, playing very well today. They're knocking on the door of their second victory, but the Matadors hoping for a comeback here. They're down 16, and Eve Cox misses the gimme.
Thought I heard the contact on that one. I thought Cox was going to be taking a trip to the line, but good pick and roll, and just like to see the Matadors driving more and initiating that contact more.
And the freshman has to make like Taylor Swift and just shake it off. Shout out to Taylor Swift finishing the Eras Tour. I didn't go to a concert, did you?
Nah, a little pricey for me, but love T Swift.
And shout out to her, not only her talents for singing and writing, but pulling off that tour and being so generous to her crew, her dancers, the truck drivers, everyone, and then the all the good she does, and getting concert tickets to kids who are battling a lot of different issues. Nice board there by Eve Cox. 6:11 left here in the final quarter, non-conference game. Both teams trying to get back to some good vibes before heading back to conference. Erica Adams is always a good vibe, but that shot didn't go, but Cox was there to pick her up with the rebound. Tumlin, no. And rebound, Fiel. CSUN has given themselves the opportunities to get back in this game and get it down to single digits, Graham, but they've just not been able to convert offensively. Tua made a move like she was going to make a move to the basket, brings it back. They go for a 3 where they've had a lot of success.
Yeah, Jill, going back to what you said, just that discrepancy in made shots is really starting to grow. Very nice scoop layup there by Edwards. She's been the bright spot for this Matadors offense today, but just shooting more shots that you can make.
Bosch Duran, no. Edwards rebound, and Edwards, the Cal State Bakersfield transfer, has really played well. The last 3 games really come on well. career high 14 against UC Riverside and making a mark on all facets. A nice pass over to Edwards. Adams tries to Euro step her way in. And she takes a break, much needed and well deserved break.
Adams starting to get back to what she knows, trying to go through a few players there and some low contact, but she'll get the benefit of a timeout here to catch her bearings.
And while they get their bearings, we'll get ours and head to break with California Baptist leading by 15.
Well, put me on the naughty list. This has never happened before. Let's see. And that, people, is why we have Target Circle 360.
Hey, dear! Don't miss anything on your list with unlimited same-day delivery.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 Whopper Juniors for just $5.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
We're back as Erica Adams is at the free throw line for CSUN. Adams with 4 points today, 4 assists, steal. The senior out of Oakland, transfer from Pacific here last year, and really such an important part of this team. The unquestioned leader. And Morgan Edwards, the transfer from Cal State Bakersfield and from Redondo Union. Well, she's leading a team high 12 points. The only one in double figures for the Matadors, as the Matadors are trying to mount this comeback, and she gets back on defense. 3 in double figures for the California Baptist Lancers, Graham, and leading the way, Bosch Duran with 18.
She's been great, getting some great feeds from Anaya Tua, who's also putting up a really strong scoring game along with her passing, but just constant swinging, and whenever there's an open shot, they're taking it and they're making it.
Johansson usually scoring inside, and she gets that one from the outside. Another 3, and the lead is now 17, the largest of the game.
When you play defense like the Matadors are trying to with bringing the double team constantly, there are some shots that you just have to be okay with the opposition shooting, and that's one that California Baptist can't let the Matadors keep shooting.
CSUN okay with that 3-pointer from Kelly Tumlin, who made a half-court shot earlier and making that one look easy. And Tumlin with the rebound, 3:45 left, 68-54 lead, and CSUN trying to get the ball up the court quickly and find a shot. Tumlin again for 3. This time it doesn't fall, but Edwards there with the rebound. Edwards has 12. 13 on the shot clock. Down to 6-5. Tumlin off to Edwards in the corner, and she's fouled and one. Edwards now with 15. Or excuse me, Edwards with 12. She can make it 15.
Shot clock winding down. You got to make a play. Step up to the plate. Morgan Edwards, she's having a fantastic game for the Matadors on both ends of the floor. And by playing heavy minutes today, she is still getting it done. Great showing from number 4.
Check that. That was 15, now 16. So that's a career high for Edwards. And the lead is cut to 10. Nice work by the Matadors. And certainly a frustrating foul anytime you foul on a 3 for the Lancers, and they had done so well to get that down to 3 seconds on the shot clock. Johansson 3, no. Here come Edwards. California Baptist back on defense. Ooh. Edwards, and one. So she has scored the last 6 points. She can make it 7 in a row. And all of a sudden, CSUN mounting this great comeback here. It's down to 8, and Edwards can make it 1 with the ensuing free throw.
Fantastic move. Took her defender to Europe right here. Fake inside, go back out. Switch hands at the last second. Scoop layup with the left and 1. She's showing out. She's showing off now.
You want to see her really show off. She can roller skate, and you think about how that helps with her coordination as well. It's a 30-second timeout here, so we're keeping it here right inside that CSUN huddle, and all the optimism and hope for CSUN is right there because they have really chipped away at this lead, a 9-0 run, and they have cut it to 8, and a lot of that on the hands of Morgan Edwards and Kelly Tumlin, so the guards are getting it done.
They are, and great to see the bench contributions. Tumlin coming off the bench today and making it happen, having a lot of confidence in her shot. Edwards started from the first minute of the game and hasn't turned down the intensity. She's been great on defense as well, constantly running around, bringing the double teams, and to have the energy to do all that on one end and be making fantastic plays like that Euro step on the other is great to see.
Career high for her, but the Matadors didn't get back on defense and give up the layup. Angie Ned, former Big West Defensive Player of the Year at UC Irvine, trying to make her mark on defense, and Adams making her mark with the and one. She'll head to the line.
Adams getting back to what she's so good at, getting to the paint, and we see you do your little dance, Erica. We see that. Little tongue out action. Erica's such a joy to watch on the court, and starting to see the offense really shine through now.
Great personality she has. There's the full court trap, and California Baptist breaks it, and Bosch Duran says, all right, let's calm down. The 6-point lead for California Baptist, 2:11 left. It is crunch time. This has been a great game for Jared Olson and his former assistant coach Angie Ned, who's now on the other bench. Tua driving the lane, no. Adams with the rebound. Chance to cut it to 3. California Baptist was up by as much as 17. .13 on the shot clock, and they gotta get a shot up here. Tumlin, oh, and she gets it to go, falling down. Cut the lead to 4.
How on earth did Kelly Tumlin get that ball to go? And she willed it in, just pushed it off her fingertips and told that ball, you better go home.
.72 seconds left. California Baptist and Jared Olson calling a timeout to draw up a play. We are gonna keep it here. What a play again by Kelly Tumlin, moving away, falling away, getting it off the glass. And boy, the Matadors just have all the optimism in the world, having been down by as many as 17 here in the second half, and making big shot after big shot.
The 15th point in a 15-2 CSUN run. The most, and we've seen some crazy, improbable stuff from Kelly Tumlin today. We saw 3/4 of the length of the court going in from way downtown, and right there making it work somehow down low with no space at all to work with.
I thought that ball went off the glass. It did not.
Yeah, that was crazy. I have no idea how she put that in. I don't know if she could do it again if she tried, but
9 times out of 10.
Yep, exactly.
11 on the shot clock. Tua takes it to the hole and draws the foul. So Jared Olson and his staff drawing one up for Tua.
Yep.
She's been so good here tonight. 16 points for the senior. And she'll head to the free throw line where, again, having played in this gym for CSUN before, she feels very comfortable. And I like that. Give the ball to your senior, to the leader of this offense, and to somebody who knows this gym so well and feels so comfortable here.
Jill, I also like it on Coach Angie Ned's side, calling a timeout. You still got one left for this last 66 seconds of regulation here, and I like icing the kicker almost, icing the free throw shooter. You got one to burn, and I also like the Matadors fouling there because they were beat flat out by Nia Tua on that play. She had an open lane to the bucket, so a little push in the back, make sure she can't make it a three-point play, and you're not expecting her to miss many, if any, from the free throw line, but at least make her earn it.
She has been a good free throw shooter throughout her career, but this season struggling a little bit there. 58% from the free throw line, but she makes them all when they count. 66 seconds left, and she makes that first one. So now the lead is 5. That's going to keep it there to a 5-point lead.
That's big, Jill. A 3 and a 2.
Tumlin looked like she was just going to take it right to the basket. Edwards going to take it from 3. Got it! And the lead has been cut to 2.
And it's rocking here in Northridge, trying to will their team on to another stop.
44 seconds left, 18 on the shot clock. All the momentum the Matadors' way. Tua gets the screen. She'll try and get around. She does. Over to an open Johansson for 3. No. Rebound Tumlin. 27 seconds left. Matadors fans are on their feet. And we have a timeout by California Baptist. And we are going to talk this one over, Graham. Your thoughts on the transpiring of this final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter?
Jill, I think they're actually going to make a correction. That was Coach Angie Ned in CSUN's timeout. She was running down this sideline, yelling at the referee, trying to get them to notice her throwing up the tee with her 2 hands.
Well, they originally signaled California Baptist, but Edwards signaling 3, as is her benchmates. And what a stretch for CSUN here, as Angie Ned talks things over about what they want to run offensively. Jared Olson and California Baptist, they need a stop here to get win number 2. And what a great finish to this game.
Over this 4-minute span where the Matadors are on an 18-3 run, they've been, fantastic at executing on offense. They know exactly what they want to do. You saw it perfectly with that Morgan Edwards corner 3, the last of their 18 points on that 18-3 run. But they've been great on defense because they're moving around, they're communicating, and most importantly, when a shot goes up and it misses, they've been excellent at coming down with the board, getting that rebound. So they've been making it happen on both ends. They're just 2 points away. We'll see if they can stretch out, try and tie it, potentially take a lead. But Just a fantastic comeback here. No quit in these Matadors.
And you put the ball in the hands of who for this shot, down by 2?
I think you play a bit of a, you kind of have to have multiple ways to go about it. I think you start with the ball with Morgan Edwards. She's been great, yes, scoring, but also initiating the offense. And I think that you kind of have your shooters ready when the play breaks down, when the Lancers expect a screen. You got to have Jenna Kilty and you got to have Kelly Tumlin waiting around the arc to potentially put the Matadors ahead. And both of them have been not shy to shoot the ball, especially from beyond the arc. We've mentioned a few times that that's kind of the new way that this CSUN team likes to play. No better time to show it than right now.
Morgan Edwards with a career high 22 points in this one. I'd look for Morgan Edwards, Kelly Tumlin, or Erica Adams.
I like that.
Driving it, either getting to the bucket or drawing a foul and getting to the free throw line. Jenna Kilty taking the ball out into Kelly Tumlin. 23 seconds left. Down by 2 is CSUN. Kilty trying to find an open teammate. She's got Tumlin. 13 seconds left. Into Cox for the layup, and the game is tied. 10 seconds left. And Eve Cox, the freshman, comes through. And now CSUN needs to play some stout defense and get this sent into overtime.
Jill, like driving through LA in rush hour and traffic hour, 4 turns to 5. Just like that, they've been trying to get that pick and roll going all day long. A fantastic pass by Tumlin, just laying it in the breadbasket. Eve Cox trying to stay calm, trying to stay nonchalant. She's hyped though, you know, you can see it in her face, and she's been patient today. She's been taking every opportunity that goes to her, even if she's getting fouled, even if she's missing shots. That's why you do it. When you get that moment and you're wide open in the paint, clear the runway for number 5, Eve Cox.
Eve Cox had her first career start last game against Cal Poly, so this is her second career start. She's got 10 points and the big bucket of the game, tying it. And CSUN did a great job to get her open and able to tie this game. But what is the most important thing now for CSUN is on the defensive end. And Angie Ned prides herself on coaching defense. Again, we said as a player, she loved playing good defense. Defensive Player of the Year in the Big West, and now she's asking her team to play great defense over the final 10 seconds here.
Jill, you need communication. You need to talk about every switch, every screen that comes through, but also know that you have a foul to give here. Don't be afraid to use it.
Ball into Tua. Angie Ned is calling for her team to put their hands up. Tua trying to take Edwards off the dribble. Adams, she's right there. Turnaround off the glass and in! Oh my, Anaya Tua, what do you mean? The game-winning shot for California Baptist. Anaya Tua getting surrounded by her teammates